Okay guys, welcome back to episode something. I don't remember the episode anymore, I've done too many, but next episode of the TCG series. In the last episode, we playtested everything and we saw if it worked. So in this episode, I've made so many notes about all the feedback I've got, and let's go over them together.
We are the Mythic guardians, standing tall while the shadows bend. Face to the sky, we'll never fall. Legends unite, we answer the call.
So thanks to you guys in the last episode commenting so much amazing stuff, giving me feedback, like watched the whole episode, which is crazy because it's like an hour long. There were so many helpful comments. There was like paragraphs, people just like putting their input into the game, and I love that so much. So thank you so much for that. It was so helpful. I've chosen about 10 points I really want to implement into the game going forward, and if I need to change more or add more or take away more, we can go through it together and you guys can keep giving me feedback on the game. So let's just jump straight into it. So one of the big things was the shrines. The shrines were taking too long to destroy. They were slowing down the pace of the game. So I've kept the shrines. I like the idea of having them in column systems, but I like the idea of changing the HP. So a shrine no longer has a HP bar like 500 or 1000. It now has points. And the way you reduce these points to 0 is by using the rank of your guardians. I think maybe 2 or 3 people suggested this, was using your guardian's rank to do damage to the shrines. So if you have a rank 4 guardian who destroys a rank 1 guardian, your shrine would take 4 damage because the rank 4 guardian is, doing the damage to the shrine. Now, the only problem with this is I wanted to do it so it's a difference between, so like for rank 2 destroyed a rank 1, the shrine would take 1 damage. But a lot of the early game of this is rank 1s attacking rank 1s, and it means nothing would take any damage. What I could do is have whatever rank guardian is destroyed, their rank comes out of the shrine, which might be more balanced, but it just means that if a rank 4 guardian is on your side of the field attacking, they're not really getting the full benefit of being a rank 4. So I'm not too sure what I want to do about that yet, but I'm going to playtest it and see. But yes, I like the idea of having their rank be the damage to the shrine, rather than having to like calculate like 3 different HP stats that are quite high. The second thing is nerfing cards. So some of the cards were just too strong, like Void Rescue, too strong, Tidal Wave, too strong. Some of the Guardian abilities, which I'll get to later in this video, were too strong. So I'm just going to nerf a few things. I think some stuff needed also buffing a little bit. It's nothing major, it's just general, just like playtesting, buffing and nerfing. But overall, I do think some of the cards need to be nerfed. So I'm going to do that and change abilities around. I have this massive spreadsheet, which I'm like rechanging stuff on at all times. So I'm going to keep track of it all, make sure it's not too bad because I don't want the cards to be useless. But also, if you can pull a card and it can like win you the game from that one draw, it can be fun, but also can be quite frustrating for someone else who has worked really hard to get their field like to the point it is, and then suddenly you bring one card out and it destroys everything. It feels a little bit too one-sided. Another thing people wanted was more luck cards. Now, I agree with this. I haven't got enough like dice roll cards in the game, I got enough coin flip cards in the game, and I don't know why I don't. Like, I like using those cards. Like when I play Yugioh, I like having like coin flip and like dice rolls. I find them really fun. So a quick change, but yeah, I want to add more of those to the game. It's something simple, something easy to add, and whether they're in the decks or not, or they're just like cards you can get from like booster packs, having more cards that just mean more randomness is really, really fun. And someone suggests I have bigger rewards and higher risk for these cards. So instead of being like flip a coin and do 1 damage to a shrine, it could be like flip a coin and bring out a level 4, or flip a coin and get tails, you discard your whole hand, like something more drastic. So you've got these big rewards and you've got these big downsides. Could be really, really fun. Another thing is people suggested, well, I think a few people suggested it and like kind of went off the idea that I had of having like a growing spot where you grow like a big guardian. So when your shrine's destroyed, you can then bring out this guardian. So it can be like a rank 1 and then you grow it into rank 2, rank 3, rank 4, and then when a shrine's destroyed, you can then bring it out as like a balancing system. So you've lost a shrine, but you get to bring out something stronger. Now, the problem with this was no one was going to put a guardian down that slot because you were going to put them on the arena where you defend your shrines. So someone suggested that I just simply have it so you can play a guardian on the arena and play a guardian in this growing spot, so you can kind of do both in conjunction with each other, so you're not having to choose between them. So if you have 3 guardians in your hand, you can put one in the arena, one down there, and you can just keep growing them each turn. Again, this mechanic might seem a bit broken, it might feel like you're playing too many cards in the arena, but I do think it might benefit you in the long run where you haven't got anything on the field, you haven't got anything you can defend yourself with, but suddenly you've got this thing you've been like growing up and like putting work into, and you can bring it out to the arena. And it also makes more sense because like at the end of the game, the Grand Guardian comes out, which kind of comes out of nowhere. But if you're kind of precursing that with the fact you can grow like smaller guardians from these shrines, it gives the shrines a bit more lore as well, because like you're using these shrines' power to bring out like higher power monsters. So let me know what you think about that. It's just a little like sub mechanic. You might never use it, you might use it, it might be game changing, but without playtesting, I don't know yet. But it seems quite fun, so I like the idea. Another change which seems quite simple, but I think will really benefit the game, is people just having the middle card being able to attack everything on the arena. And I was like, that's so obvious, like having the middle slot of your like Guardian zones be that slot that can attack the left and the right. So like the Grand Guardian, when it comes out, the Grand Guardian can attack anything on the arena. So why not have that for the normal one? So in your middle slot from now on, you can attack the right, you can attack the left, you can attack the middle, and it means that there's no like halt in the game, because if you've got a really good Guardian in the middle and your opponent has a really good defending Guardian and they both can't get past each other, the game comes to a halt. But now you could go around that Guardian and attack the left, or go around and attack the right, so your opponent would have to put something in those slots to kind of defend that column. And I like the idea that if you're on the side columns, you can attack what's in front of you and then the middle. So you've got this kind of like three-way motion you can do. So if you're on the right, you can attack what's in front of you and then the middle. If you're in the middle, you can attack everything. If you're on the left, you can attack what's in front of you and then the right side. So it kind of brings more strategy to what you're attacking, so not every Guardian's locked to attacking one thing. But again, obviously the big slot is the middle, where you can attack the whole arena, so you'll probably want to put your best Guardian in there, because that's where you want to do all the damage. Another thing people suggested is a simple reward system of when a shrine's destroyed or when you rank up a Guardian, you just draw a card. It's a little benefit, and this game really benefits heavily from having a good like amount of cards in your hand, because there's so much going on. So like Pokemon, where you always have so many cards in your hand, there's loads of draw power. This game doesn't have that, but it needs that. So what I want to do is buff some of the draw cards, maybe add a few more draw cards, and also be able to get draws from like doing well in the game, because it's like a reward system where if you get a rank up, which is sometimes quite hard to do, you get a reward, you just draw a card. So that might seem a bit broken, it might need some more balancing tweaks, but at the moment I think it works quite well. When I was playing the game, you saw in the video I kind of made up a mechanic on the spot where like you can stack Guardians to bring out a higher level Guardian. Now a lot of people weren't too sure about this, which I understand, it does seem a little bit broken, but my idea was that it just makes it easier to bring out something. If you've got like loads of stuff in your hand you can't play, it makes it more easy to kind of clear your hand out of like the cards you don't want to like keep in there. But then someone suggested, which I thought was really clever, and again, don't know how I didn't think about it, that use the elements as stacking mechanics. So if you've got 2 aqua type cards in the field or 2 water, you can then stack them. So, and then you can bring out a rank 3 aqua. So I like the idea that if you have the same element, you can bring out the stack. So from your hand, you can play any element on top of any element, but if it's on the arena, you have to stick to that one element, like the elements kind of merging together already. And it brings it, again, a bit of lore to the game. It makes it so it's not broken, but my elements in the game at the moment don't really have a benefit of being there. They're just there because it gives the Guardians a type, and it also means that you can find stuff from your deck of that type that limits what you can get. But the actual benefit of them, there is no benefit of having types yet. So the benefit of having types could be the fact that you can stack them while they're in the arena. So you could stack all 3 water types, or stack 2 fire types, but you can't stack like a fire, a breeze, a dragon to make a cube cherubic card. So yeah, I really like the idea of having like an element chain to it. So I like the idea. I'm going to try it when I play test and see what it works. Again, you might never use it, but the fact it's there is another option for you to get the higher Guardians out and make the game keep having something changing and keep doing something. And another thing on that note, people were saying in the playtest, I kept getting it wrong, it's like, just call your elements fire and water. Now, you guys can call the elements whatever you want. Like if you're playing the game and you say I play a water monster, it doesn't matter. If you call the monsters Guardians, it does not matter. Again, you can play the game however you want to. In the rulebook, there will be the official names for the elements, whether it's aqua, water, fire, inferno, dragon, drake, whatever it is, I will decide later on. But again, you can just say whatever you want. If you say fire, you know it means inferno. If you say water, you know it means aqua. If you say flying type, you know it means breeze. Like it doesn't actually matter. So if you guys want to call it whatever you want, go for it. I'll have the official names, but I'll still probably call it like water and fire, or I'll get it wrong. So do not worry about that. If you want to call it whatever you want, as long as it's on the right lines of what you're doing, it doesn't matter. And the last thing of the playtesting session was that people suggested that the Grand Guardians, that they have their turn timer on there, is have that for the end of the game as well. Now, I'm not 100% sure about this mechanic, because I do like the idea of having, when you use your seal, like to bring out the Grand Guardian early, that's when the turn timer kicks in, because you brought it out early. It's there for a limited time. It's like almost like a big power up that you can use for a certain amount of time, and then it's gone. But having it at the end game, it feels a bit cheap, because if I was battling a Grand Guardian and I won because it ran out of turns, instead of me destroying it, I'd feel a bit like I haven't done something properly. It's like when you win Yu-Gi-Oh by decking someone out, sure, you've still won, but it doesn't feel as good as like destroying them in a cool strategic way. So I don't think I want to implement that. And I did see loads of comments about that, so I did want to bring it up. But as of right now, I still think I want to have it a turn timer if you bring it out early with the seal. But if you don't bring it out early and it comes out when your shrine is destroyed, you keep it as a big HP bar. And I've also buffed the HP bars because I feel like it was too little. But again, with more playtesting, I'll see if it's balanced or not. But I do like the suggestion. I do appreciate it. But I do think as of right now, I'm going to keep it as the timer for early and the HP bar for endgame. So apart from one more thing I want to mention later down the line, that's it for what I want to change so far. Again, some of these are really small changes, but might make such a big difference, like the drawing cards reward, or like being able to attack different stuff in the arena with one certain slot. Yeah, I don't want to do too much changing yet, because I still want to change stuff over time. But thank you so much for all the feedback. I really appreciate it. I wrote so much stuff down. I've literally got like a script here of all the stuff I wrote down on my phone. You probably can't see it, but there's like 20 points on here that I've kind of abbreviate. But yeah, thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it. Okay, so other things I've been up to this week in terms of updating stuff. One of the things is I've been doing more artworks. Again, just constantly just doing more drawing and stuff. And what I did after I balanced the game is I've also ranked up some Guardians that were rank 1 because they felt too strong for rank 1. So now I'm trying to like fill those lost rank 1 slots with new Guardians. So I've been drawing stuff. I've drawn a Grand Guardian, which I'm not going to show you because I do want to keep some of the cards like hidden for the fact that like you might pull them in the booster pack. So just to let you know, I've drawn another Grand Guardian, which is like the big monsters, which is very, very exciting. But if you want to see that, you will have to pull it, I'm afraid, because I'm not going to show it off, at least not yet. But yeah, I've been doing more artwork. I do like the idea of having like smaller versions of existing Guardians, but then we're getting very, very close to that Pokemon kind of feel where you have like evolutions, which I don't want. Like I didn't want this game to be like evolving, like Shinfu evolved into a bigger purple thief into like a bigger, I didn't want that. I mean, it might seem like a cool lore thing, but I want them to just be all like separate and have like designs that kind of stand by themselves. So for example, my Ronan Croken card, which I think was too strong for rank 1, he's now rank 2. So I thought what would be cool to have like a little tadpole that comes before him. Again, it didn't evolve into the frog, but you can kind of join the dots and see that that tadpole is probably meant to like rank up into the frog, and the frog ranks up into like the Frog King. So it's like little stuff that's not actually like, you don't have to rank those cards up in that order, but it's fun if you've got that kind of stat going where you know the tadpole went to the frog into like the Frog King. So I've been doing more artworks, doing more drawings, and just having more cards to play around with. Like even if I don't put all these cards in the deck, again we can put cards in the booster packs and stuff. I still haven't done many more resource cards. I don't know why I keep putting them off, because when you actually do them, they're actually really, really fun to do. I need to draw more of those. I need to design more resource cards and have more pictures, because as you saw in the playtest, there were so many like blank cards I haven't done yet. But instead of that, I'll keep drawing monsters that aren't in the game yet. So I need to prioritize doing resource cards. Okay, another big thing was the card back. That was the big point of contention when I revealed it, because I thought it was good, and now I've done the new one, I don't think it's that good anymore. Again, it seems to be a theme of my work. When I do something new, the old one then looks bad to me. A lot of people said your old work's not bad, and that's very true. Like, you should be proud of your stuff. But once you do something new, I'm sure you guys know, once you do a new thing and upgrade it, you're like, oh, that old one was not good compared to it. A lot of people said the card back, like, it felt too minimal, and it felt too, like, thrown together, because the logo didn't really fit on the back of the card. The outline of the ripped paper didn't really fit with the theme too well, and it felt like it kind of overlapped too much of the card. So what I've done is I completely changed it, completely went from ground zero and done a new one. So as you can see here, this is the old card back, the one I showed off a few episodes ago, and this is the new one. And I really, 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 really like it. I completely designed a whole new mini logo for it, like an abbreviated logo. Because I said last time, if I was going to change the card back, I would make an abbreviated logo. So I stood by that, and it's now a mini version of my original logo. So you know how Pokemon has like a Pokeball as their like abbreviated logo. I don't really have like a symbol for mine, so I thought I'd make a small version of my logo. It fits really well on the card. It has that hexagon shape, which is in a lot of my card themes, like the ranks, the types and stuff. So that works really well. And then it has a white border, because I showed it to my brother before and didn't have a border. And he was like, I love it. It's colourful. It's great. But you need to have a border on it. And I was like, why didn't you have a border? Like, sometimes it's fun not to have a border. He's like, no, because if you want to keep these cards and have them like graded one day, or you want to have people like see the print quality, having a border like shows so much of that, because it shows if there's a misprint, it shows if it's wonky, or you can like see a damage on it. And also a border just makes it feel like complete as well, like you're tying a little bow on it. So I have a white border on it which has like the overlaps of the swirls, like the swirls like breaking out the card. So I really like that, and I think it looks really, really cool. And the swirls, there's two reasons I did this. So the first reason I did them is because I just think it looks cool. Like, I think the swirls look cool, the colours are really pretty, and when you print them off, it's going to be really, really vibrant and nice. So that's one reason. It's just the cool factor, I think. And the second reason actually was because I feel like someone suggested in the comments of the card back video that I have a mechanic of my game be in my card back. So I didn't really understand how to implement this, because there's no mechanic of my game that I could really like visualize to that point. But I was like, oh, actually there is. When my Grand Guardians come out, when the shrine is destroyed, I feel like I'm imagining come out of this like vortex of like power and energy, because the shrines are all destroyed. The energy gets sent to the Grand Guardian, which then gets summoned. So it's like, oh, this spiral could be like the Grand Guardian being summoned out the card. So that's what I've gone with in my head canon, and I like it. I think it looks cool. The colours are way better as well, like how vibrant they are. So when you print cards, they always come out darker than they actually are on your screen. So whenever you do TCGs, make them lighter, brighter, more colourful, so it'll look better when they actually get printed. So I took that and I was like, right, just make it colourful as possible. If it comes out and it's too colourful, obviously you can change it later on. Yeah, I like the card backs a lot. Please let me know what you guys think about them. I think they're way better than the old ones, so I would not go back to the old ones. But if you want to like build off this design, so on screen now, there's 5 other versions as well of it. So you've got my one I've shown you, and you've got 5 other versions. Now, these have got like black borders, they've got pink borders, they've got no borders. This is my favourite one. I feel like it looks most complete and cohesive and finalized. But if you guys like any of the other designs more of like the blackboard and stuff, let me know and I can try and like implement stuff. But overall, I think this one looks the most professional. So the last thing I'll talk about is abilities. Now, I kind of talked about this and alluded to it when I was doing the feedback part of this video, but the card abilities are something I've never really been fully happy with. And it's because I feel like I've never really like looked into them more so than just writing down text to make the abilities do something. So when I was playing the game, playtesting it, there was too much going on. Now, I do get that comment a lot where people are like, it's just a bit too much for people. And I do completely understand that. Like playtesting it, I was kind of like lost and I've made the cards themselves, so I should know them. And I was like, there's too much going on here. There's like the shrine abilities, then you've got 3 guardian abilities, and you've got the resource abilities, then you've got the growing guard. It's just too many abilities. So what I've done is I've stripped the abilities, and now some guardians don't have any abilities. They're just complete vanilla cards. They'll have a description like a Yu-Gi-Oh monster. They'll have like a little like lore about them, and that's it. They're just a beat stick. And this is going to make the game feel a lot more easy to learn, I feel like, because not every single card has a massive amount of text to read. And again, these cards don't have long abilities. It's not like a novel you have to read, but there's still words you have to think about when playing the game. So the first thing I've done is made a vanilla card. The second ability is passive. Now, this ability is just a very much just neutral, kind of just a good ability that happens all the time. There's no real downside to it, but it's not like a broken ability. It's nothing too strong. It could be something like, when there's another Aqua Guardian on the field, this card gains 200 attack. It's something that's always happening. You have to activate it. It's just always there. It's just happening. It's not super powerful, and it's got no drawback. And this works really well with rank 1 guardians because my next one doesn't work with them. So rank 1 guardians will have either no ability or the passive ability. Again, I don't want rank 1s to feel too strong because I want to incentivize people to rank up their guardians, but I also don't want the rank 1s to feel useless, like they're just there as like first evolution Pokemon, which you want to get rid of straight away. Like I still want the rank 1s to have their part in the game. So they can have passive abilities or no ability. The final one is the stacked cards. Now, this was so obvious. I don't know why I didn't think about it, and so many people on the playtest session brought this up, and I was like, oh, I don't know how I missed that. Now, when I rank up my guardians, they stack on top of each other. So you've got like the rank 1, then you've got rank 2, rank 3, rank 4, and you can like visually see they're stacked. That did nothing for the actual gameplay of my game. It was just the fact that you could just rank up. So what I could have instead was just get rid of the cards under them and just send them to the void and just have the guardian that ranked up be on top. So people suggested making those cards underneath your guardian be ability counters, which makes so much sense, like XYZ monsters in Yu-Gi-Oh. So those guardians have really good abilities, limit it so that the guardians only have abilities equal to the amount of stuff they have under them. So for example, ability could be on a rank 4, it could be like send 1 stack card to the void, destroy 1 card in the arena. Now that's a very good ability, destroy any card in the arena. It's now limited to 3 uses because your rank 4 guardian only has 3 under it. So it means that it balances out the higher abilities because the higher rank guardians already have a lot of attack and their abilities are obviously going to be stronger because they're higher rank. So I really like the idea of having that be on a counter. Now, you guys let me know if you think this is balanced or not, if you think this may be a bit too much to learn. I have also updated the overlays to like refer to what ability they have. So it's a vanilla, a passive, and a stacked one. Again, I keep saying I'm done with the overlays, but then more stuff happens. I have to redo them. And again, I like doing it all, so I don't mind. One day we'll finalize, I promise. But that's it for this episode. If you enjoyed it and you enjoyed all the updates, again, there wasn't anything like super new in here. It was more just updating old stuff and changing stuff. And sometimes I feel bad for that because you guys might want to see like packaging or more logos or more monsters. But like overall, I think just having updates to stuff that's already in the game and making it more cohesive is a better thing than just chucking out new stuff for the sake of doing new stuff. So if you guys enjoyed this episode, please like it, comment, subscribe, give me feedback on everything I've said. If you guys think anything just seems bad or wrong, or you want to change stuff, or you want feedback to change stuff, please let me know. Again, I'm always looking, I'm always reading, I'm always writing stuff down, always answering people. So I promise you, anything you say, I take in. But I will see you next time, and thank you for watching this episode. Okay, bye guys.